Germany's Henry Graf has stamped his name all over his first full season of World Triathlon Championship Series racing in 2025. Only 23 years old, he will hit WTCS way high on the 26th of September, wearing the number 1 thanks to a superb debut series win in Karlovy Vary last weekend. He joins me and Tommy Zaferes to pick through the pile-up of the racing in Czechia, what has brought him to this point in his young career, and to what the World Championship run-in has in store, heading towards the Championship Finals Wollongong in mid-October.
I got pretty worried, to be honest, because I wasn't feeling good at all. He was coming really quick. I mean, he closed like 14 seconds on just the half lap, on the fourth lap. And normalized power, I think it was like 410 or 411 watts. So yeah, that was pretty big for me as well. I think I haven't pushed power numbers like this, and especially not in a race. I think I also did my best ever power over 1 hour average. So that was like 368 or so.
Now we can start. Guten Tag. You're right. Where are you? Where do you have a skeleton with a medal hang over him?
No, it's actually at my parents' place, and it's from my mom because she did like some learning on it for some type of pain therapy. So since then she has the skeleton there, but yeah.
Where are you from, Henry?
I was born and raised near Frankfurt. That's why I'm here, because they have like a big airport. I'm flying to China from here on Sunday. And now I'm living since nearly 2 years in Freiburg. So it's far south of Germany, near Switzerland and near France as well. And that's a pretty nice place to train. And we have a pretty nice group at the moment. So yeah, that's I think that's something that helped me a lot, probably, yeah.
And nowhere else Frankfurt flies directly to? Raleigh, North Carolina, where I live.
Yeah.
We only have 2 international flights from our airport, but I can get to Frankfurt. So
yeah, Frankfurt is it's pretty good to travel basically everywhere. Pretty nice, but I wouldn't travel with you because it never ends well normally. I heard about.
True, that's the best tip that I can give for travel, is just don't be on the same flight as me.
Yeah.
You also have slightly different leg room requirements.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're the new Matt Sharp. I don't know if you remember Matt Sharp from previous years. He's famous for posting pictures on all the airplanes of his knees just hitting like the TV screen, basically.
Yeah. How tall was he? Do you know?
I don't know. I know in feet. I don't know in centimeters, but I think he was like 6'5". So,
Was he?
Yeah.
Do you remember Matt Sharp like that? I don't know who that's insulting to.
I'm surprised that it's a different generation now. So
I mean, he was still at the Olympics in Tokyo, right?
Yeah, that's 5 years ago, right? No, 4 years ago.
But
all right, still relevant. Matt Sharp, shout out.
What, you're like 6'3", 6'4", Henry?
I don't really know. I'm like 1.98 m. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so that's like, well, because I was looking at I forgot about Matt, but Fredino was 194 centimeters, and that's 6'4". So
yeah, this says 6'6". I just converted it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was kind of most of the quick runners in triathlon over the last 10 years were a lot of small guys, I would say. And then I was always of course, Frodeno, he was really tall, but yeah, it's a little worrying to wonder if you can even run that fast when you're nearly 2 meters tall.
Yeah.
One of the guys who's giving me hope is, for example, Hugo. I mean, he's quite tall as well.
Yeah.
He's 193 or so.
Is that a point though? As you're coming through and you're seeing all the successful people, I don't know, Yella, Tyler Mislachuk, I suppose, Hayden and Alex aren't tall. You're trying to break into a sport where you're literally 8 inches taller than the people that are smashing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think one of the nice things of triathlon, because it's not that one specific body type that's you can say this one is the best. So it's like always, there have always been different people with different type of bodies who won races in the end. But yeah, I mean, all those super fast runners, they were mostly like kind of small. But I mean, I have some long arms for the swim, and also some good power angles for the bike. So I mean, it helps me there. And I mean, still, yeah, most courses are more flat, and I think it's always for the super light or smaller riders, it's always harder a little bit. So you also have some advantages and some disadvantages. So
Yeah, it's funny. Matt Hauser had the quote before in the interview before the race, like, "Oh, I'm kind of a bigger body, so I might struggle on the hills." And then you have you and Devay going off the front and putting a minute or 40 seconds or whatever into the rest of the field. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's more about strength, not about body type or build. So, yeah, obviously you guys had to put in massive effort, but yeah, it was cool to see.
I think it's like over those shorter hills, you can still, if you just have some good absolute power, you can push through. But obviously, if it would be like a longer hill, like the legendary Kitzbühel race back in the day, I think then it would be maybe a bit of a different story again. But like this, yeah, it's if you just have good power, you can ride well, yeah.
This is probably the moment to drop the fact that even Tjebbe Kaindl didn't, or you for that matter, knock him off the perch of King of the Hill for Karlovy Vary.
Do you have Strava, Henry?
Huh?
Do you have Strava?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Tjebbe tied my KOM from the race.
Yeah, I saw that. But did you
And
do that in the race or?
no, I did it two
Oh,
days
okay.
before the race, but I was shooting the race. I wasn't racing, so.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I did it on the course was not closed, so there was still pedestrians and cars and stuff that I kind of had to dodge. So that's my reason why it's tied with Tjebbe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that he like typically the first time you go up the climb is like the fastest for everybody, but on the like what was it, the fifth or the sixth lap that he bridged up to you
Mm.
guys, that was his fastest, and everybody was going up. I just looked at everybody's Stravas because I was like curious, but pretty much the average time of everybody going up was around 1 minute 15, and
Yeah.
he dropped to 1:04 to bridge
Yeah.
up to you guys as
Yeah.
part of his like 25-second like closing that gap, and that's bananas to me because I think I did it was like 670 watts for a
Mm.
minute up the hill. And that's with like just doing it one time. I like finished at the top and was gonna throw up. Like I didn't do
Yeah.
the swim beforehand. I did nothing. And he just did that in the middle of the race and like yeah, still ran pretty well off of it. And then of course you guys were off the front doing that every single lap. Like it just blows my mind. Like you guys are incredible.
I mean, we were not going that fast like every lap. I think also like the first 2 or 3 laps were the fastest for us, like with around 110 or so. And then we had some laps that were like 114, 115 as well. But yeah, for Tjebbe, I was quite wondering that he was leaving it pretty late with his attack, because I definitely expected him to do something. But I mean, he was after Mark and I got up the road, he basically waited for 2 laps before he started his move. And then he had to put in a really big effort and needed a whole lap basically to catch us, or a little bit more even. So it was a big effort, like really impressive. But yeah, I think maybe he should have done it a lap earlier. Then he would have been there quicker, and we would have had some more time together. But yeah, still, yeah, his bike strength and especially like his punchiness is like really impressive. Yeah.
What was the conversation when he finally made the bridge up to you guys? Because he didn't sit in very long. I was surprised. I'm like, it took him a whole lap. He got to you guys, but then kind of immediately started pulling through with you guys. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's crazy. Like, no
Yeah.
recovery. So, what did you guys talk about?
So yeah, already when I saw he was attacking from the group at the turning point on top, I was already screaming at him, "Yeah, come on, Tjebbe!" But also we didn't really want to wait really, because yeah, then you just lose time. Yeah, and then when we were together, we there was not too much communication. I think it was just like clear that it's the best for us to work together well. But yeah, I was also really happy that he straight came through and didn't wait or try to save energy again or recover. But yeah, he was just committed to work as well. Um, yeah, and I think that helped us another not a little bit in the end, because also in the chase pack, when everything got together, they were riding quite well. Yeah, there were a few guys pushing really strong as well. So yeah, I mean, they even closed down the gap a little bit at the end of the bike.
And was that part of your original plan? Were you hoping to be able to get away, or because like after the downhill and like the technical section, or like the worst turn, like kind of the over 90 degrees, and you guys made it through town and you had a gap, did you guys just decide let's just keep pushing and then that happened, or did you guys talk beforehand like, hey, let's see if we can get something going?
I mean, we didn't really talk beforehand, but for me, I kind of felt like I definitely wanted to try something, because I mean, I already had 3 solid scores, and then such a course, I thought it would be just a lot of fun to do so and try something and see how it goes. And for Mark, I mean, I think he was a little bit frustrated after French Riviera, because he was also pushing a lot on the bike and was a bit frustrated with some people, yeah, sitting more back in the group. So I suspected him, and I mean, we've seen him a few times already doing things like this. So I suspected he was motivated as well, and he's a really strong rider. So yeah, but then in the end, we didn't even really attack in the first place. I think just the pace was pretty high, and someone kind of let the wheel go, and then we just had a little gap. And when I saw that, I really tried to push on. And I think then, yeah, the descent actually really helped us to open up the gap, because they're in the group, they were a bit more cautious probably, or yeah, with just 2 people, you can go pretty fast down the descent. And then it was suddenly already 10 seconds, and I think there was like no hesitation at all for both of us. We knew this was our chance to do a difference. Yeah.
So actually, like the decision to was made for you by someone just losing the wheel, and that was the moment. It's sometimes it's not always premeditated by the people doing it. Then, well, it is, but like, it's taking advantage of a small window, is it?
Yeah, kind of like before the race, I felt like I maybe wanted to try something in the third or fourth lap, so a little bit later, or no, like the fourth or fifth lap. And also my coach, he told me, yeah, just the day before the race, yeah, Henry, just don't go too hard on the hills. You need some people with you, and yeah, don't go too early. And then he told me after the race, yeah, he thought it was a little bit early and only one person. Um, but yeah, no, wasn't like a completely made up decision before. It was just kind of how it went when there was like an opportunity, and yeah, we just tried to take it.
Are you allowed to share what your normalized power was for the hour?
My normalized power, I think it was like 410 or 411.
Wow.
So yeah, that was pretty big for me as well. I think I haven't pushed power numbers like this, and especially not in a race. I think I also did my best ever power over 1 hour average. So that was like 368 or so. But
That's
yeah,
basically what you pushed in the 20-minute power in French Riviera. So
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's obviously easier on that kind of course than on a flat course. I think it's always a bit more difficult to lay down the watts. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty big effort, and my legs were also hurting a lot already on the last two laps. And I was kind of worried for the run, to be honest. Yeah, but I think it was a big power day for basically everybody, because the pace was just pretty high, and you can't hide too much. I mean, on the flat section a little bit, but everybody has to ride hard over the hills. And I think also Hayden, I think he just posted it as well that he did like his best hour of power. So yeah, it was a big watts day for a lot of people, I think.
I think every single person that I talked to it did their best hour power. But it kind of makes sense because that race is one of the few races where you're actually riding over an hour. Because
Yeah,
most of
yeah,
the other World Triathlon races, you're done in like 53 minutes or
yeah,
55 minutes. So you never actually get that hour. But still, like everybody I talked to had some power records
yeah,
of some kind. And then when I went through on Strava, I was looking at people's power numbers, like the average that everybody, even in the group, like with drafting and stuff, everyone was pushing between 4.8 and 5 watts a kilo for the
yeah.
hour. So that's like exponentially higher than most World Triathlon races. So it's really cool to see a course like that. And then hopefully that gives you some encouragement that you're like, hey, all around swim, bike, run, I'm one of the strongest people in the world in this sport. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually pretty crazy for me as well, still. Um, yeah, I just think it really suited my strengths on this course. I had the confidence from the last few races. I knew I was one of the strongest on the bike, and so I didn't really have anything to lose. And then I think when you have that momentum, it can only help you, right? Yeah.
So had Tjebbe not sort of taken some pulls as soon as he bridged up to you, like was there a little leg saving couple of moments in there that really like helps you keep clear of Hidalgo at the end there as well? Then do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely helped a little, and then in the end, it came down to just a few seconds. So yeah, you never really know how it would have changed if he didn't, or if something would have went, yeah, differently. And also, to be honest, when we were coming off the bike, and I knew we had about 40 seconds, I didn't really think there was a real. I mean, obviously there's a chance, but I didn't really think I would be able to keep the distance to those guys, because I mean, okay, Matt, he's maybe stronger over the sprint distance, but he's also, I mean, he won in Yokohama. He's also pretty good over the Olympic distance. And in French Riviera and in Hamburg, I think I had some solid runs, and he gave me like 45 seconds or so over 5K. So I thought like, okay, it's a 10K, it's 40 seconds. It's probably not going to be enough. Um, so yeah, I just try to find my stride at the start of the run, and yeah, then I was actually quite shocked. The gap didn't really go down at the start. Yeah, but I think it was also like because um, it was just different type of race to another one, because yeah, everybody's legs were just pretty tired, I guess.
And what's going through your mind on the run? Like, do you try to distract yourself? Are you thinking about pacing? Are you thinking about how your body's feeling? Are you getting information from coaches? Like, what are you feeling, and like what kind of rotation? Or do you tell yourself a mantra, or like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so it was like the starter was just mainly trying to get into rhythm, try to get smooth, and just keep it rolling. And I wasn't really thinking about how the race would end like too much. And then I think like really on the second lap, I started to feel good. And then I even pulled out the gap a little bit after the second lap, I think. And that's where I was really starting to think like, oh, okay, maybe I can win this thing. And I think that's when that kind of started to play in my head, and I was really thinking about it. And yeah, maybe in that moment already like kind of got a little bit um yeah, a little bit too excited, or I don't know. I just then suddenly on the third lap, at the start of the third lap, I suddenly felt a little bit weird. I don't know. And then yeah, in the end, in the end I really wanted to win. Then after the third lap, I was like, okay, now I can't lose this. If the gap's still there, it's such a big chance, and you won't be in a position like this for a long time. Um, so yeah, then when Hidalgo he came flying on the last step, and I had a few coaches and also family on the course who were giving me the time splits always, so I always knew pretty much how it was looking. But then in the end, I got pretty worried, to be honest, because I wasn't feeling good at all anymore, and he was coming really quick. I mean, yeah, he closed like 14 seconds on just the half lap, on the fourth lap. Yeah, but then I could still push it a little bit more, and yeah, then I was looking around anxiously a few times at the end, but I saw he was still yeah, a little bit away. Yeah, and that was just crazy. I mean, I knew it was a good course for me, but still, I would have never thought before the race that I could like really win a race like this. Yeah, because as I said, it's just like especially on the run. Yeah, or on the run, it feels like there are just still some guys with some more gears. But it definitely helped me with the hard course, and I think I can run well off a hard bike, and I don't know if I can run that much faster if I bike easier. Like probably definitely a bit, but I think maybe other guys, they can improve more when the bike is easier than me maybe. But yeah, we will see.
I almost said that exact thing. Like you're such a strength runner, and the harder the race is, the better for you. Because you can just go and go at this like really high level, but don't quite have that like peak speed.
Yeah.
So I think it played perfectly into your hands. But yeah, just once again, I just want to say I'm so impressed with you and like how young you are and how mature you race. And like obviously I've been watching the sport for a very long time, and yeah, that performance that you had at a championship series race was one of the top kind of performances that I've seen.
Thank you very much. That sounds crazy to me, actually. No, yeah, I just think this year I'm really impressed, or like it's crazy to me how fast everything went this year. Like at the start of the year, I was going to Abu Dhabi, and I only had one WTCS last year in Hamburg, and like the first one was actually it was a good race for me. I was like 15th on my debut, but at the same time I was quite shocked at the pace of the race, and it felt really differently to like the Euro Cups I did before, and you just could notice like everybody's a little bit better everywhere, and it felt really stressful. Like there was like the biggest difference, I think. Like it just felt stressful like all day, and I felt like more I was not really actively racing, but I just like got dragged along by the race kind of. Yeah, and this year then it really felt like completely different, and I was like more in control and really having an impact on the races. Obviously on the bike. And then if you have like one or two experiences like this, I think it just gives you a lot of confidence, and you go into the races a lot more calmer. And then as well, I think if you just use that and also don't put too much pressure on yourself, and you have this momentum, you can race really well. And I think also, I mean, for example, now in Karlovy Vary, I wasn't thinking too much about that I could really win this. Or like also Tjebbe, Kaindl, he was saying on the bike to me already, yeah, Henry, today you can win. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not so sure. So yeah, I think that kind of helped me that I wasn't maybe really thinking about it for too long. Yeah.
I love the idea of like your wingmen kind of checking out and sending you on your way.
Yeah, but I mean for him as well and Mark, I think they both did top 10.
Yeah, totally.
So pretty good results for both of them. And I think they had a lot of fun. So yeah, we would definitely be interested in a few more hard courses. We will see. I think by high, I mean, obviously they changed the course from last year, which was super hard. So it's a little bit disappointing. But this
Wollongong looks good. There's a good long climb to be found in there, isn't there?
And I think Waihai, as I heard, maybe a little bit hilly still. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, we will see how it will be. But I'm still looking forward to that. I think it's like always has been my type of racing to be aggressive on the bike. I mean, I've failed with it a few times as well. I mean, for example, when I was a junior, I was racing the Junior World Championships, and I was also solo on the bike at the end. And then I completely died on the run and lost everything. Or also last year the German championships, I maybe overplayed it a little bit on the bike, and I think sometimes I still have to find like the right amount of energy you put in. But I think especially for Waiha it will be interesting with some of the big dogs missing out. Maybe how the dynamic will be. Yeah.
Was there like a little bit of Quatera lingering in the back of your head? Like this was only your third Olympic distance, right? And so 2021 Quatera Junior World Championships, like you said, you came off with just under a minute. I think that your two others in the breakaway came off, Dan Dixon and Andrew Schellenberger. And then it was not long into that run that things just went completely west, right?
At that time, I was having like some type of stomach cramps and breathing problems. And I think it was probably a bit of the riding the low position for the whole 20K, which I didn't do a lot of times at that time. But now I think I know I can run well on a hard bike. I mean, I also biked hard in Hamburg. I biked hard in French Riviera. So I knew I could do that, and I didn't have those problems in a long time. So I wasn't really thinking about it anymore. But obviously after the race, I thought about it. And I'm kind of happy still that I stayed true to myself with my tactics. I think it's like the best way to race for me. So really happy I got that behind me.
Just last thing, that was the first time I ever saw you race, and I think I just remember your position, your shape on the bike, a little bit kind of Schomburg-esque, your compatriot. But I just remember looking at that the kind of arch of the back, and obviously didn't realize quite how tall you were at the time, probably. But
so I mean, as a tall guy, you gotta get those nearly 2 meters arrow on the bike, so you're not gonna be a wall in the wind. So I'm always trying to get low. I mean, Schomburg, he was also a good friend who I've been doing a bit of training with when he was still doing short distance, and he was always also a really aggressive athlete. So kind of always like that already over the last few years.
The most important question though that we haven't gotten to: have you finished all of your chocolate yet?
No, I haven't. I think it's still like half of the chocolate maybe. I had some people helping me, but didn't finish the whole one yet.
No champagne on your first podium. That was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, true. I didn't even really notice. But just after on the evening I felt like there wasn't even like champagne, but I mean chocolate is nice as well. But yeah. Then I will just need to get another one. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, next time.
But yeah, quick shout out to Jonas and the Ironman boys. Amazing to see Casper and Gustav and Kristian do that. And I guess juxtaposition of you doing that on the same weekend that they were doing that, and think back a couple of years to where they were. It's got to get the mind racing ahead a little bit as well, hasn't it?
I mean, at first it was probably like one of the worst days to win a triathlon race that is not the World Championship. So but I mean, obviously I'm following the sport a lot, and I think it was a really interesting race. And luckily we still had time to follow before our start a little bit, and like to see what Casper did there. I mean, I already raced him a few times as well. But that was like really impressive. Like he was looking so fine on the run. And also for Jonas, I'm really happy for him. He has that kind of success now on the long distance. I think like he really found his strength there. I mean it's nice to see some of the ex short distance guys really light it up there. I mean Jamie as well. He did a pretty strong race as well, I think, for a rookie. So yeah, maybe one day you're gonna see me there as well. But I think that's still a really, really long time away, because at the moment I'm really not interested in racing for 8 hours at all, to be honest.
Funny how that will suddenly become a good idea at some point, I suppose. It's a bit like marriage or having kids. You're like, no, no, no. And then suddenly it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Just to wrap up, unless you got anything else on the men's race as well, Tommy, but Oliver Conway obviously in fourth, another like ridiculous performance for a debut on the World Series, and definitely someone to watch. He looked very much at home.
Yeah, I mean, I was already extremely impressed with his win in Zaidia at the World Cup, which was also Olympic distance, and he ran really well against John Reed and Mislavchuk, I think it was.
Yeah.
So who are some of the sometimes fastest runners in the field. So that was already like really impressive, and now this one is probably even a little bit more impressive. I mean, first year out of the juniors. I mean, for me, when I was coming into the elite racing, it was not super easy at the start always. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a big difference to junior racing, and to deliver like that in your first year is really impressive. And I think we all got to be scared of what he will be doing in the future, because yeah, it's definitely a dangerous man. Yeah.
And something you had said earlier about feeling like your first season was kind of like you were a passenger in the race, and then this year you're feeling more kind of like a leader or a driver of the race. Um, what I was impressed with Oliver was that he wasn't just sitting back in that group and like having them drag him up. Like he was in the top 3 or 4 guys every single time the camera was on them. Like, and the other guys were saying that he was doing work and doing a lot of work. So it's kind of cool to be that young and yeah, being a driver of the race, especially in your first season. And yeah, last podcast, Doug, you gave John Reed the shout out, and once again, I think he's crashed in the last 3 of his 4 races, so we need to see him like make it the full way into T2 because I think he had the third fastest run of the day or something, even though he finished 22nd. Like if he's able to come off like within a striking distance, like he's going to be somebody to watch out for. So yeah, that was cool.
Seth Ryder had a good race until his leg just got ripped to shreds. That looked horrible. Did you notice there were 4 swim behaviour penalties? Was it where were you in the mix of that? Were you just kind of clear enough, or?
Yeah, I didn't know there was 4. I just knew one of my German friends, he also had one. But he said he didn't do anything, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, for me it was like, I think it was kind of funny before the start as well. Like there was a lot of speculation about is Matt gonna go to the left or to the right, because it wasn't super clear. Um, and everybody was asking themselves, and then he just went straight to the middle. But I was just so, I think then there was Miguel on his right side, Dorian on his left side, and I was then next to Dorian. But I had a pretty good start, and actually got on Matt's feet after like 100, 150 meters. So like the perfect place where you want to be at the moment. So I got to go around like the first boy in second or third place, next to someone else. I think maybe Chase also. I'm not sure. So yeah, I kind of got out of trouble early. So for me, it was yeah, a bit more chill. I didn't see any swim behavior. So yeah.
Nobody can give you a swim penalty though, because they're all trying to beat you up and you're just like, is that a fly? What is that?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think actually like sometimes I struggle a bit swimming in when I'm in the more in a pack, because I think kind of do longer strokes, and then I think you get irritated, or yeah, a bit faster. So yeah, still trying to work on that. I think when I'm really in the pack, I struggle, but yeah, this time with having Matt there and going super fast as always, was quite perfect for me.
Yeah. Matt said he was cramping up during the run, and so that kind of slowed him down for the second half of that 5K. Alessia Quattriano, Diego Moya with good top tens as well. It was a shame not to see Morgan Pearson be able to hit the 10K. Perhaps not a shame for you, Henry, but
And we haven't even talked about Csongor Lehmann, man. It's just like sneaky, just so good all the time. But like
yeah.
you never really see him much. And like, yeah, he's not much of a player, but he's always there and he's always in the right place and like just execution to perfection. I mean, that's how you want to be. And yeah, he had a fantastic overall race as well. Where yeah, you don't see him until it matters, like on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. Like Chongo, he's really strong. I mean, I heard sometime this year that he had like a big, really impressive WTCS top 10 streak as well. Like that he was like basically always in the top 10 for 1.5 years or so, or longer even. And I think that was like his second medal now, but I think we can expect probably even more from him in the future because I also feel like he's like one of those guys who also really know how to win a race, or they can dig deep to win a race and decide it for themselves in the end. I mean, he won junior world champs, he won under 23 world champs, he won European champs last year. Yeah, so he's unbeatable in Tjebbe.
Yeah.
I think yeah, one day I definitely wanna race Tjebbe and take up the great Csongor there.
Oh,
The government doesn't allow it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It might be an issue with your
Take your
like
passport
passport's
otherwise.
gonna be.
Yeah. No, but it's yeah, that's really impressive as well. I mean, I think he always feels the pressure of wanting to win at home, but yeah, he leaves everyone in the dust every time. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can still do, and I think it's probably quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
Hayden,
did have
yeah.
both of you guys on my fantasy team, though. I'm just saying.
Hayden had a obviously looked like he was kind of enjoying himself on the bike on a bit of a solo one there, but yeah, his I was talking to Jack Willis as well, who was just behind him apparently, or yeah, just behind him when he got hit by the car on the way to the venue uh, that morning. So that was what obviously shook him up, and I guess would have impacted the start of his race as well. The swim obviously didn't go at all to plan.
Yeah, I didn't even hear that. I mean, it's obviously really unlucky before the race. And I think Hayden's performance was actually really impressive. Um, and if you think about it, if he would have swam just like, I mean, it's not just, but considering his situation this year, it's kind of just about 30, 35 seconds faster, then he would have been, I think, in the region of those guys like Gregor Payet, who had the fastest bike split and still was in the first group behind us three at the front in the end.
Mm.
So if Hayden would have been around that region out the swim, he would have had a good shot of maybe even winning the race, which is yeah pretty impressive to be honest. So I think yeah it probably will be just a matter of time till he finds back to his swim and can be at the front of those races as well again. Yeah.
Mm. Tommy, I know you got to go in a moment, but if we're talking bike performances from the weekend, we got to mention Taylor Spivey as well, right? Bridging up to Maya Kingma like that was hella impressive, and it would have taken a cold heart not to have enjoyed it if she'd managed to take that one home, I reckon.
Oh man, I was doing the math and I was like, I hope Beth is just like going out too hard and she's gonna like blow up because I'm like 10 seconds at the first turnaround. That's 20 seconds a lap. That's gonna be a minute 20, and she has a minute 5 to make up. So it's gonna be super close. And so yeah, I was just like glued to the screen. I got lucky and I was awake because the race was at 4 a.m. my time, but Josie had woken up in the middle of the night, so I was just like, oh, turn on the race. And so yeah, I got up and got to see it. And yeah, we were kind of all expecting Maya to go. We're like, this is gonna happen. Like she's gonna go. So like obviously huge props to her. Like way to set it off and like go for it. But that was like expected. But then seeing Taylor Spivey jump across. I think nobody expected that, and
Yeah.
she was just so strong all day, and played it smart as well with like not taking the turns too aggressively or like not taking any risks, just doing like the perfect amount. And then yeah, having the second fastest run, or what was it, third fastest run of the day or something like that, behind Beth Potter and Jeanne Lehair. Like or sorry, Lisa Tersch ahead of Jeanne Lehair. Like that's a mind-blowing performance as well. So yeah, shout out to them.
And to Jeanne for getting back on that bike so damn quick. When she slammed into that barrier, it looked quite horrible, and then it's like, okay, all right, you're back in it. A couple of laps later, right in the mix.
We're gonna see her at the Olympics in 2026 for figure skating.
But yeah, obviously great to see Beth back to winning ways as well, and how much that meant at the end of a tough week for those guys after losing their training partner. So
yeah, I think it was a pretty exciting women's race as well, and also nice to see before we started ourselves that there's really a good opportunity on the bike to maybe get away. But yeah, to see a few of those crashes, I mean, there were quite a few. I mean, Lombardi, she was looking really good, I think, at the start, which yeah would have been really interesting what she could have done. So yeah, we all knew we had to be a bit more cautious maybe, but it was also not that wet for us anymore when we raced.
Yeah, that's one of the rare races where you guys had 5 hours between instead of the normal like 3. So were you able to like actually watch the race? Because typically you're warming up while the women are racing, so you don't really get to see what happened. But did you follow along?
Yeah, we definitely followed along, but not completely like on the course, because I think you still kind of wanna relax a bit more before your own race. But our hotel was actually quite close to the bike course. Yeah, so we got out to the bike course for a few laps, and we're cheering some of the women on from there, and had a chill coffee at the side of the road. So yeah, that was pretty fun, and also I think it's always nice to get into race mode or get motivated to do your own race as well, if you see other people doing their ones before.
Well, great chatting with you. I gotta head out. Doug, take it away.
thanks, Tommy.
You and yeah, talk to you soon.
Ui, Jesus.
Thanks.
So Way High is on. That's a go.
Yeah.
Presumably you're going to get that travel out of the way as soon as possible, are you?
Yeah, I'm flying on Sunday evening. So, but with the race already being on Friday,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
not too much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it should be fine, hopefully. Yeah.
You're going to be wearing the number 1.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the last time I had number 1 in a race was at the end of last season in the Euro Cup in Turkey, and there I actually got 62nd place in the end.
No. What happened there?
Yeah, it was a week after the grand final in Torremolinos, where I did under 23 Worlds. And there was quite a good after party, and then I got sick after that one. So yeah, I thought it would be all right again for the race, but it just felt completely off. So I hope it's not a bad sign to wear the number 1. Yeah, but we will see. I mean, it kind of helps me to have guys like Matt and Vasco there, who take out. I mean, Matt, he always takes out the pace in the swim and also makes the start of the bike fast. So yeah, we will see how it plays out. I think there are a lot of good swim bikers still there, and yeah, we will probably try to get away from the likes of Cantero and Batista. Yeah, because they're definitely dangerous on the run. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess someone like Ben Dijkstra could be a bit of a threat. Yeah, so Mark Devay is obviously racing as well, isn't he? And like you said, and Tjebbe is there, right? He's racing.
Tjebbe, yeah. Then there's the Polish guy Maciej Brudziak, who's maybe not known too well, but he's a really strong swim biker as well. I think last year at the World Cup in Chonyong, he and Dylan rode away like for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a good guy to have around as well, I think. So yeah, I think it will be really interesting to see how this one plays out, and a lot of people will have a chance for their first win or maybe a first medal in the WTCS. We probably will see some new faces, I would guess.
I mean, it's making for some brilliant racing, and just like in a style that we've been blessed with breakaways this season. It's that unpredictability that all the way through that just makes it so exciting, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with the breakaways, it always depends a little bit on which people you have in the race. I mean, over the last few years, with Hayden, Alex swimming a bit weaker sometimes. I mean, not super weak. They had some solid swims. But then also guys like Blummenfelt in the field, he was always pulling really strong from behind. And then yeah, I think there's a few guys who can really change the dynamic of a race. And also still in Abu Dhabi, we kind of had a good front group at the start of the race, but Hayden wasn't too far away and was just pulling super strong. And then it all came together as well there. I think that was like the only time it really came together this year. So yeah, it's always interesting, and I think at the moment we just have a good group of people who are usually at the front and are willing to push. And maybe behind there's sometimes maybe a bit of firepower missing or not the right will to work together, and then we can pull it out. But I mean, still you can ride away from some fast runners behind, but if you're still in the group with Vasco, Hidalgo, Hauser, you still have some really fast runners with you as well. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, funny old sport, isn't it? I mean, you're here now. If Weihai goes well, dreaming of a end of season podium. Think back to that Junior Worlds in 2021. You think back to that first World Cup in Valencia, which was a bike crash, right? That
Yeah, I
took
crashed.
you out of that. Like the last time you wore a number one, you finished 62nd. It's the highs and lows, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think I mean, you also need to probably through some tougher times sometimes to really appreciate it when it goes well. And I think in triathlon, like everybody has some lows. I mean, there are injuries. Sometimes it's just not working out the way you want to. Um, but I think, yeah, I learned a lot over the last few years from some mistakes and some phases where it wasn't going too well. So yeah, but I'm just really enjoying it now and appreciating it, and we will see. I mean, I'm not really think I can still shake up the podium in the World Championship. I mean, it would have to be a perfect ending of the season, and you would probably need to beat Hidalgo or Vilatza in a direct battle in Wollongong. So yeah, it would be quite difficult, but you never know.
Yeah, finals are where funny things happen, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, and I mean, also this year with the final being a bit more important, even. Um, yeah, you can also just have bad luck and maybe have a flat, have a crash, or just a really bad day, or you're a bit sick, or yeah, and then if you don't score points at all, or just a few points in the final, you can still lose a lot of positions in the overall. So yeah, I just hope to get through well and have no big hiccups, and then I would be very pleased with saving my top 4, top 5 position in the overall. I think that would already be a pretty big achievement for me this year.
No doubt. Because you're still 23, right? You could be under 23 world champs this year if you wanted to, but you'll do the elite, right? I mean,
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I have thought about it for some weeks what I want to do, but now I think I have to do the grand final. And I mean, last year I think Sebastian Wernersen, he was doing both because it's like on Thursday and then on Sunday. Uh,
we
and I heard some people are thinking about doing both as well this year again. Yeah, but I think I don't. I'm not really built for that. So I just have to focus on one, and it's gonna be the grand final. Um, I would have loved to race the under 23 one more time and have a chance there, but also I think there's a lot of quality in the under 23 field, so it wouldn't have been easy at all.
yeah.
Um, yeah, but it's going to be an interesting race, and I'm looking forward to watch it as well. Yeah.
Mm. And I guess part of for you now is like there's got to be a bit of keeping your feet on the ground, has there, and just taking like enjoying that moment, and to be able to get that first win under your belt so soon, which becomes a bit of a monkey on the back for some people, right? If they're still chasing it. Yeah, you know, like I said, you're 23. You've got to be playing a long game, right? Like taking your time a little bit over what is a couple of massive Olympic cycles is super important.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think you always. I just try to enjoy it a lot and stay calm. And I mean, it won't always be like this. So yeah, you have to be prepared to go through tougher patches as well. And yeah, just how he said, I mean, for example, it's crazy to me that a guy like Vilatza, he still hasn't won a WTCS, and he's so incredibly good. So yeah, it's actually quite crazy. I managed to win one, and you don't even know if this is gonna happen again or how many times. So yeah, I think you gotta make yourself or think about it, and yeah, just try to keep. I would just try to keep doing what I am doing right now. I mean, it seems to be working well, and just try to improve step by step.
Yeah. Great stuff. Well, Friday, September 26th, WTCS at Weihai, morning races, local time. That is middle of the night, Europe, and Thursday evening, US. Better time, obviously, for Aussie and Japan and the like. Yeah, Henry, we wish you well. Looking forward to seeing you out there. And yeah, thanks ever so much for taking the time. Great to get the inside chat on Karlovy Vary.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was happy to be here.
Cheers.
Cheers.